Hey, Great Scott here. We're with Day 4 Clan War League. We have 3 attacks. Our first attack is with Cyber. He does a Super Archer Blimp from 7 o'clock. Sends a few balloons, his blimp. And the good thing about this Super Archer Blimp is he gets the Eagle, the Town Hall, sets off the Tornado, also pulls the Clan Castle troops, and then sets off that invisible tower and gets some of those key defenses. He likes to bring 5 invisible spells, 2 clones, and a rage to have a freeze rather than 6 invisible. It's kind of nice to use later on for the mono or some heavy fire and defense. He pulls the Clan Castle troops with a Z-Titan, and then at 9 o'clock he'll set up the King and Queen to funnel the outside, and then he puts his roots and witches and vaults at 8 o'clock, and then they just kind of rotate around. The Super Archer Blimp really sets up pathing for the whole army to stay within Warden's ability. A few Valks and Skeletons kind of migrate elsewhere, but this was a nice timing for Healing Tome when he's under heavy fire and everything's invisible and would just be shooting at him for like 5 seconds. He drops his Royal Champ to help funnel the troops and push them in towards that mono. That's when he uses his freeze when this Tesla farm pops up, and he freezes the mono to give his troops a little more time to get closer to it. Meanwhile, E-Titan's still cleaning up trash buildings from 6 to 3. He crushed this base. Got great Super Archer Blimp value. I like how he uses witches. Those little skeletons just keep spawning and help tank. But yeah, nice attack. He saves his king ability for the end, basically swags it. Our next attack is by me. I'm trying to showcase our team and not necessarily me, but we had not that many 3 stars, and 2 were like the same base layout, and I thought this was a cool attack. I went with the Archer Queen puppet, and I'm showcasing the King's both epic equipment. I popped the puppet right away with the frozen arrow, and I dropped one extra healer, so that's 4 healers. With the unicorn there's 5 things healing the queen, and I just let her kind of walk herself. I didn't bring a super wall breaker this time. The wall was open right there. Dropped the siege barrack at 3 o'clock, and I just kind of wait a little while to let them set up this funnel. And as the P.E.K.K.A.s are moving in, I dropped the king with a couple of headhunters to take that defending king. See, I didn't want him tanking while the ricochet cannons under rage were shooting all my troops. I kind of had my eye on the recall. I should have dropped the warden and the apprentice warden sooner, because everything's under rage. Then I drop a rage spell and hit the healing tome. This is the key of the funnel. You want all your troops in this invincible healing tome that is very, very powerful. Without the funnel, you have troops spread all over the place, and maybe half are caught in that invincible healing tome. I bring a heal spell because of that early rage tower. I wanted to use healing tome early, and then later would use that healing spell. I let that poison tower eject because that plus the town hall poison doesn't stack. King's dancing in a tornado. I dropped a nice freeze here on the queen, scatter, and multi-archer tower. Royal Champ's coming to help out. The overgrowth wears off. I rage that unicorn to heal the queen and freeze the mono, and the queen ends up taking out the eagle and the mono, which was really nice. This was a pretty good hit. I like going with these healers plus the healing tome and then another healing spell. It just kind of, with the nerf, it kind of helps heal all the troops. The next attack is a BT. He he brings 4 healers for his warden, but the advantage of this way is you're using that healer puppet, so you can use more troops for your army. You have more space for that. But the advantage of a warden walk is you can pull her and you don't have to invest in a recall spell. So there's pros and cons to each situation. Third and final attack is Toonie Blood. He sets up Warden Walk at 9 o'clock. He's got Eternal and Healing Tome. He's using a little Frosty. He kind of tanks a little, goes out in front, and the little Frost Mites kind of slow down the defenses. Without Brainwash, without the Rage Gem, the Warden Walk takes a little longer. So he waits a little bit, and then will later deploy his Siege Barrack at 12 o'clock with a little Valk, I believe, to funnel them in towards the corner so they don't just walk on the outside. There's the Siege Barrack and the Super Wall Breaker, and then there's a little Valk to kind of push them in towards that army. After that Archer Tower, the P.E.K.K.A.s kind of come in, but I like how he placed that Skeleton spell first to tank the mono, then all of his troops. He has to freeze that Expo to make sure he's not losing his Warden's ability. Drops his poison on the Clan Castle, rages them. He places his Overgrowth a little earlier than I would have liked to see because it covers that poison tower. I would have wanted it to eject so they could heal through that. But still, nice job, because they're under Warden's ability right now, so they don't really need it, the Eagle Overgrowth. But the advantage of the timing when he did it is right when they finish this Ricochet and Scatter, the Overgrowth wears off, so they're right there to turn in and take out that core. He deploys his Royal Champ to help clean up these peripheral defensive buildings. He did a nice job with these remaining 3 freeze spells. He catches Scatter, a couple Teslas, and the Ricochet with that first freeze. Saves his King's ability. Still has his Queen and Royal Champ's ability. So this base ended up being 3-starred pretty easily for him because of his timing of the spells. I think with this nerf, that makes a huge difference whether you can 3-star or not. You have to really maximize your value with the spell placement and the timing, as well as a good funnel to catch all your troops in Warden's ability. But nice attack overall. Thanks for joining me today, and happy clashing.